Hello everyone. I have Manikanta with me, who is joining me from Andhra Pradesh, India. Okay, he has done 1 year job in data science. He is doing very well in his job, and right now he's looking for some more opportunities, and he's kind of searching for different kind of roles in data science. And what can be the exposure to a 1 year person in data science? What can be the interview for a junior data scientist kind of role? All that you are going to know in this interview. So, Manikanta, why don't you start with your introduction first?
Yeah, my name is Mani. I have been working in Legato Health Technologies as a junior data scientist
Mm-hmm.
from June 3rd. I have 1 year experience. I
Okay.
have completed my graduation in 2021 from
Okay.
MITS College, which is in Andhra Pradesh,
Mm-hmm.
and I have worked in this project called
Mm-hmm.
insurance fraud detection,
Mm-hmm.
which belongs to Anthem. That's all from my side.
Okay. So, what is your background? I mean, when you say you
Uh,
completed, yeah.
I'm from Electronics and Communication Engineering,
Okay. You
EC.
you have done engineering and electronics and communication engineering. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you? Was it a campus placement or you got the job yourself? How was it?
So basically, it's a campus placement only.
Mm-hmm.
They have hired from campus placement, and during my BTech days, right, I have done project on machine learning. So based on my resume, they have selected. They have provided me as a job for data scientist.
Okay. And would you talk about any one of your recent project, like what is your experience and what you have done?
So I have done one in recent project like insurance fraud detection. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to detect whether the insurance claim they have made, whether it is a false one or it's a true one. Like we need to detect whether it is fraud or not fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So in that what we have done is like the client will send the files in the directory folder, like where we can access the files. After
Mm-hmm.
that, we have one agreement which is called a DSA agreement, some data sharing agreement. Like in that, what they will mention, like these are the columns that we will be sending, and we will be sending the data type, like we'll be sending this number of rows, and what is the data type of that, and from that we have built the model.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have done is like we have written one class for checking what is the data type for that feature, and we have moved all these files into the database. After moving these files into the database, we have done feature engineering, and after feature engineering we have done model building. After model building, we have dockerized the model, and we have deployed the model.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the reason of determining the features, type, column types? Why that is so important?
So in we have the sharing agreement. Like if our client, if we send the data in integer, but
Mm-hmm.
if we receive the it as float, then it will be an issue. So it
Okay.
is not shared according to the agreement. So basically what we will do is we will archive these files,
Mm-hmm.
and we will not consider these files while making further flow.
Okay. How many files will come in a day?
So the files will come on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
So we will receive 23 files.
Okay. And all the
Yeah,
files will have same format?
all the files will have same format. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of pre-processing you are doing? What kind of data these files are holding?
So these file will hold the features like whether the accent type is minor or major, and what is the profit, and whether the person has made an umbrella insurance,
Mm-hmm.
or what is the type of insurance, like whether it is major or minor,
Mm-hmm.
and whether previously if he had done any fraud like fraud detections, and whether he had attached the any recipients.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of features we will get.
Okay. So some person specific attributes, you mean?
Some person specific attributes. Yeah,
Okay. And how many features in total, roughly?
roughly 43 features.
Okay. And which model we are running for prediction?
Basically, we have divided once the data was all clubbed, we
Mm-hmm.
have used the k-means clustering.
Mm-hmm.
After using the k-means clustering, with the help of elbow method, we
Mm-hmm.
got around 3 clusters. For each cluster, we have selected one model.
Mm-hmm.
So for the two models, XGBoost has been selected, and for one,
Mm-hmm.
random forest got selected. So we have used these
Why
models.
why different models for different cluster? Any reason? I mean, how it was decided that for this cluster, this model, for this cluster, this model. And what does these clusters mean when you say three buckets? Then what these three buckets are different from each other?
So basically, we have built a one model without using clusters.
Mm-hmm.
When we had done the experimentation,
Mm-hmm.
the results were more accurate when we have done clustering. So we choose the clustering approach.
Okay. And how these clusters are different? I mean, how these claims are different? For example, something which falls in cluster one, how it is different from cluster two? I mean, property wise.
So basically, when I observed these clusters, like when during the cluster one, it belongs to like low severe low severe incidents, like the type of incident is minor.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of clusters.
Okay. And your job is, I mean, your organization job is just to tell which are frauds, which can be the probable frauds, right? So when you are when you are running an XGBoost or random forest, you might be getting prediction like fraud, non-fraud, like that, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So you are not looking for any kind of relation, like which factor is contributing to fraud, that kind of analysis.
yeah. So basically, what we have done is we have done sharp analysis,
Mm-hmm.
like which feature is contributing more to this value.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have also done lime analysis
Mm-hmm.
to find out which feature is important, which feature triggers this output.
Okay. Can you
Yeah,
talk a little bit about lime analysis?
it's lime analysis, right? Okay. So lime analysis comes under model agnostic. Model agnostic. So basically, what will take is it will select only one feature.
Mm-hmm.
It takes one feature and it changes all the features.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's sharp. Okay, can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah.
So basically, lime analysis will build local regression models. To
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
it, it, it only considers local regions and build some models to understand that. It
Okay.
build local regression models or something like that to understand the things in a local.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I have
100%.
learned. I have studied somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do in your case if the results are not proper? I mean, um, sometimes you might be missing some false negatives kind of scenario, right? So what happens then?
So I didn't get exact the question. Like,
So for example, when your model is doing prediction, right?
okay,
So sometimes it might be generating false negatives. For example, something is a fraud and model is saying is not a fraud, right?
okay.
So what happens next?
So basically, what for classification, right? For what we have built, right? So we our aim is to find find all the frauds, even though if it is a non-fraud, if you find it as a fraud, then we don't have any issue. So we have selected like that.
Okay, that is fine. What I'm saying is, what if your model's prediction is wrong? Then what you do after that?
So
That's fine. Have you worked on any other machine learning things? I mean, algorithms
so
or projects or
so,
tools?
so I have done some POCs.
What kind of POCs? Can you talk about something?
So I have worked on a laptop price prediction project,
Mm-hmm.
and I have worked on one web scraping project,
Mm-hmm.
and I have worked on image classification problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the important web scraping tools in Python?
We use beautiful soap, and we use beautiful soap with request library, and we can use Selenium.
Okay. And once I get the extract from the beautiful soap, then how do you structure it for analysis?
So sorry, I didn't get that.
How do you structure the data? For example, I run a scraper on the website. I get
Okay.
some data. So data I will get in the raw form, right? So how do I structure it to analysis for analysis?
We can convert you to data frame.
If it's a complex website, it will not get converted directly, right? I mean, you will have different kinds of formatting inside like that. So how do you take care of that complexity?
I don't know that.
So what kind of website you are scrolling?
So I have scraped the GitHub website.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have done is like I have taken popular repositories, and I have automated getting top 30 for every repository,
Okay.
top 30 contributors for every repository.
Mm-hmm. So you told you have done some image classification also, right?
Yeah.
What kind of models have you used there?
So I have used VGGnet
Mm-hmm.
and VGGnet,
Okay.
VGG16. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about VGG16?
So VGG16, it was it was after the election that came VGG16. So there, what happens is like the 5x5 convolution has been divided into two sub 3x3 convolutions
Mm-hmm.
for and I have idea about the VGG16, but I don't get the exact image of that. So
No,
what
not
are the layers?
that's fine. You are not able to tell the layers, etc. But what is the purpose? What kind of model it is? And how what makes it special? Advantage, disadvantage, pros, cons, anything.
So advantage is like it doesn't have much parameters, like it's much faster. Computing a 5x5 is much difficult, but in VGG16 they had used a 3x3 to replace one 5x5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it does. But how it helps?
So it reduces competition.
Anything
Competition.
anything else that it does?
So it will extract more features.
Okay.
It will learn more patterns.
Okay. So coming to some of the other machine learning concepts, right? Can you
Okay.
explain me in simple words what is bias variance trade-off?
So bias means like if the underlying pattern is quadratic and if you are building linear regression, then
Mm-hmm.
it is said to have a high bias. So variance in the sense, if we change a small example in test rate, that will that will change predominantly in prediction, then it is having high variance. Like for example, if you have taken one test set and you have built the model, and now you have subsampled the models and you have built the model. Now you have given test set to both these models, and if it is giving the result which are very high, like which are not comparable, then we are having a high variance model.
Okay, you are trying to give some examples and definitions, but I want you to tell me what causes high bias and what causes high variance. You got my question?
Hello.
You got my question?
No, some net break. I got some net break here.
So what is the reason for high bias and what is the reason for high variance?
So high bias is basically like if you are assuming so many things, then you have high bias model.
Like example?
Example like linear regression assumes so many things like it is normality, homoscedasticity. So
Mm-hmm.
all those things will lead to higher bias. If we make many assumptions, then we are probably gonna have higher bias model.
Mm-hmm.
And for high variance, for high variance,
You are not able to think an example. Fine. Do you know what is the difference between parametric and non-parametric models?
yeah, parametric models and non-parametric models.
Yeah.
Parametric models make some assumptions about our model, whereas non-parametric models do not make any assumptions about our model, about the
E-
model.
Example? What assumptions and give me an example.
So parametric models includes these linear regression and logistic regression. Non-parametric models includes like decision tree, where it didn't assume any assumptions, whereas in linear regression we will assume that these conditions like it is normality and all those things.
But the you are half right, okay? You are 50% right, but still you are not clearly saying what is the meaning of parametric and non-parametric. Assumption is correct, but assumption about what? You are saying assumption about assumption. And then
Assumption about data.
what kind of assumption? Again, I will ask same thing.
So basically when we are using linear regression, it
Hmm.
assumes that data is normally distributed,
Okay.
and it doesn't have any correlation between them.
Okay.
Whereas if you are using decision tree, it didn't assume any assumptions on the data, like it should be normally distributed, it should not be correlated, like that.
Okay. Do you know what is the concept of overfitting in machine learning?
Yeah, I know concept of opting.
Tell me how to control overfitting in number one, regression models, number two, decision tree, and number three, neural networks. Three different ways.
So for regression, we can go for L1 regularization or L2 regularization,
Mm-hmm.
or we can increase the training data in all three cases, like even in regression decision tree
Mm-hmm.
or in neural networks, we can increase the training data set.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are using decision tree, the one way to go is using bagging,
Mm-hmm.
or we can go for pruning. pruning the decision tree can give. And if you are using decision tree, like
Mm-hmm.
we can control this hyperparameter, like a minimum number of samples in a leaf. If we control, like if we set some minimum number of leaves to some particular value,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a small value, then we can control decision tree overfitting.
Mm,
And in case of neural network models, we can go for regularization. We can
mm,
go for dropout regularization.
mm.
And
And
I'm not getting that.
that's
Basically,
fine. Not a
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Okay. Um, and how good you are with maths and stats fundamentals?
I am good at math and stats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how tan function is different from cos function?
Tan function is different from cos function, right?
Yeah.
So cos function ranges in between 0 to 1, whereas tan function ranges from minus infinity to infinity.
Okay. And shape wise also it will be different, right?
Yeah,
Curve wise, I mean to say.
yeah.
Okay. And how do you compute the uh, how do you compute the factors of a parabolic equation? I mean, x square plus that parabola equation is there, right?
Yeah.
How do you compute the factors or the roots that we call in parabola? High level, I want to know.
We can use the formula, quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. We
Okay.
can go for that.
Okay. And what is your understanding of various activation functions which are useful for data science point of view, machine learning point of view?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Various activation functions that is
Okay.
helpful in machine learning.
So various activation functions, we do have sigmoid, and we do have ReLU, and we do have tan h. So the sigmoid goes from 0 to 1,
Mm,
whereas this ReLU function goes from 0 to max,
mm,
and this tan h goes from minus 1 to 1.
mm.
And we do have something called Liku ReLU.
Leaky relu, yeah.
Yeah,
So what it will do?
it's it's better than ReLU. Like it will be less. It will go beyond less than 0, but
Okay.
not by to tan h.
Mm. And do you know what is a t-test?
T test. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
So if our sample is less than 30,
Mm.
then we will go for t test.
Okay.
Like to check to use we will use t test during hypothesis testing
Mm-hmm.
to find the sample variance, whether the sample variance is different from the population variance.
Okay. How many different ways of creating a sample from a population? You know.
So we can go for stratified sampling,
Mm-hmm.
and random sampling.
Mm. What else?
Stratified sampling, random sampling. We can go for bootstrapping,
Okay.
no,
Systematic
this
sampling.
systematic sampling.
You know what is
I
that?
I
You have
heard
a,
of that,
okay,
but I didn't get recall of that. Yeah.
not a problem.
Okay.
Um, so tell me what is your understanding of central limit theorem?
So central limit theorem. So what it says is like if suppose we have taken one sample,
Mm.
and we have just give me a moment. Let me think
Yeah.
of that. Yeah. The mean of various samples
Mm-hmm.
will follow a normal distribution. suppose we have taken one sample and we have got that mean, and if you are taking if you are repeating this so many times,
Mm-hmm.
then the means of all these samples will follow a normal distribution.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one hypothetical situation. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose there are 100 people in an organization. Okay. 100
Okay.
people in your organization only, let's say, and they have some salary, some packages. For example, 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs per annum package, I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
So these guys will have a mean, will have a median, will have a variance, and will have a standard deviation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, one day CEO becomes very happy and he adds 1 lakh on everybody's CTC. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody's CTC moves up by 1 lakh.
Okay.
Now, what happens to mean? What happens to median, variance, and standard deviation?
So okay. So I need some pen and paper to do this.
Sure, sure. Not a problem. You can take your time.
Yeah. So mean will increase,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mean will increase. What happens to other three?
variance variance will not be affected. So the standard deviation
Okay.
and another more, and median, right?
Yes.
Median will be affected.
It will go up or come down.
Median, right?
Yeah.
It will go up, go up.
Okay. Fine. So I'm reading at some of your blog in Medium actually.
Okay.
I will give you some suggestions. That's a very good thing that you are writing blogs. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your confidence level in Python out of 10?
So 8.
Okay, let's do some hands-on.
Hanson. Okay.
Share your screen.
Okay. So I think host disable participate screen
Is
sharing.
it? Okay, share screen.
So I am not great at DSM, but I am good at
No,
Python.
I'll ask normal things only.
Yeah.
Can you share now screen? Is it
Yeah,
coming?
I can.
Okay.
I can share.
So open a Python interpreter.
Yeah.
Then create two lists, put some numbers. Okay. So list one. Yeah. Put like 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
list 2, 11, 13. I want you to write a logic to find the intersection of these two lists.
So what are the common elements?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have done.
Okay, let me come back to your screen.
Okay.
Okay. If I in I3 I have one that depend. Okay, you are running multiple loops. Any other way of doing it?
Okay. Let me think. We can use list comprehension.
We can use, but how? I mean, which part list comprehension we can use?
Okay. So, so list comprehension is also basically same. We'll do this. We'll write here,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we can write with this single line of code.
How this one is different from previous one? I mean,
So
yeah,
basically, both are same. I think.
that's fine, not a problem.
Yeah.
I gave you another question. Can you take it from the chat, Zoom chat?
Yeah.
So you have to do this, writing a function which does this. Reverse every word of a sentence.
Okay.
Can you paste that people will be able to see? I mean, just comment these two things.
Sorry.
Whatever question I give you, you can paste here so that
Okay.
everybody will be able to see what we are trying to do. Yeah. So what we have to do is we have to reverse all the words of a
Yeah.
sentence. Variable name you are taking as identifier.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. First one you can remove the first question solution.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise it will run everything.
Yeah.
Space is there in the beginning.
So we want this right, Th- this
No,
reverse now.
other way. So it has reversed everything completely. This is this is different from what
Okay,
I want. Okay.
okay. There will be one thing which will sub in Python.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it is separated by space, we can.
You want to break it, right? Split. str2
Yeah,
dot split, not str2, str1. Your main thing is str1, right? Okay, whichever you want to split, 2 or 1
yeah,
depends on.
SCR.
Okay, dot split, and in the parenthesis you give space,
Yeah.
quotes, in the quotes. Yeah, this has become a list first of all,
Okay.
and second is the output is also not what we are looking for.
So basically, I want to reverse this list and convert to string.
Okay, 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 got it.
Yeah.
Reverse is not working on the list, it seems.
Yeah. So I need to check that what is the reverse
Check,
one.
you can Google also, no problem.
Yeah.
You can Google what is the how to reverse a string. I mean list you are trying to reverse, right? You need a space now.
Yeah.
There only you can give a plus and space. Does it work? Plus and
Yeah,
space. See what happens.
yeah, it's fine. It's
It's
done.
fine, but it is little complex.
Yeah,
I mean, see, anyway, you are writing a for loop. So in the beginning only you can write a for loop. Okay. I mean,
okay,
split that inside the loop only. Split that, go in a loop and reverse it. Same thing, but less lines. I think we can write. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So you can stop sharing Python.
okay, yeah.
Okay. So what kind of roles are you eyeing for? I mean, are you eyeing for a more of hands-on machine learning kind of role? You enjoy more of coding, or you enjoy more of understanding business and talking to stakeholders? What is your interest?
More on hands-on machine learning.
You enjoy more of a hands-on stuff. That is what
Yeah,
you are interested in. Okay.
yeah.
And what is happening with your current job search? I mean, are you not getting calls, or are you not getting through the interview?
I'm not getting any calls.
Not getting any interview calls. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's do your review. I mean, resume review once. Okay.
okay,
Let me share my screen.
yeah,
Okay. So it is the same resume that you are using. I mean,
yeah,
for job search, etc. Okay.
yes,
So first of all, you will not write software engineer here. Okay.
okay,
You will write data scientist.
okay,
Okay. You will not write anything which is mediocre. No, good, excellent.
okay,
Okay. Experience in working with unsupervised, all these things are fine. Neural network, fine. GitHub URL you have given, which is fine. But how I will do it is, I will put this in header actually here.
uh, okay,
So I will put this in GitHub header, and I was seeing your resume. You have a Medium link also. So both these things I will put in the header,
okay,
with my phone number and email ID. Okay.
okay,
Then one thing you have done good here is you have straight away started from your experience and what you have done. This is good. Okay.
yeah,
I mean, you are not wasting time on education and your village and your district and your all those things, right? Nobody is interested in that.
yeah,
Everybody is interested in your skill set and your work area.
yes,
Technical skills can come first, and then the project experience can come, I feel.
okay,
Also, the technical experience can come in form of a table.
okay,
Table means what you can do is, all these experience you will not be expert. For example, everything you, there are few things which you know well, and there are few things which you know little medium level, right? So
yeah,
what you can do is you can put expert in this, and intermediate in this, something like that.
okay,
And you can make it more readable, so it will be more readable if it's in tabular format.
okay,
And you spoke about 3 4 projects, but here you have put only limited things I can see.
okay,
More things you can put probably here, and more
yeah,
keywords you can include.
okay,
Okay. Education is fine, one line, not more than that is needed. This is for everyone. This one line is fine. Okay. No need of giving many things. After that, again, you are giving something on your project. I mean, first project, second project, right?
yeah,
This can also be format wise little better, like, and description wise also, it, you can have little more things here. Like
okay,
in the beginning you have given data, I mean the bullet points, right?
yeah,
Here you can give bullet points and you can give more things.
okay,
These GitHub links are fine. I mean, people will see your phone number, that's fine, I guess, right?
yeah,
Okay. And Anyway, I'm not scrolling till there. So you have given a Medium link here, so I clicked on this link. This is a good thing that you are contributing to the community, which is very good.
Okay.
So let me go to your Medium. This is your Medium. See, this one I
Yeah.
have highlighted here. So you should not write like this. Okay,
Okay.
it should be Youuarer.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is a formal kind of platform. So, but your blog is very good. I like this blog. All the
Okay.
people who are watching this can read this blog. This is very good, very explained very well. So
Okay.
people can read this blog. You can add my channel here, obviously. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I will do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this is good. I mean, you are writing blogs and all these things. This is good. Now I have done your resume review. Now let me come back to your interview review. Okay,
Okay.
first thing first, I tell this to all the people. When somebody asks you introduce about yourself, it's your opportunity to drive the interview in the way you want. Okay, so
Okay.
interview, you always keep in mind that whatever you see as the answer of one question, the last line or last two lines will drive the next question for you mostly. So always try to answer in such a way that you want other person to ask the question. So those things you will say in the last line of your previous question, I mean answer. So when somebody tells you to introduce yourself, you have to introduce yourself, and I mean take your time, create a ground. Okay, do not finish fast. There is no hurry because you have an open ground to play. Take your time, explain the things, and then close at a place where you want the game to be played. Close on that pitch. So what you are doing is you are just telling statement one, statement two, statement three, and done. Now you are giving the interviewer a open ground to ask you anything. Okay, better will be to drive it to your area of strength.
Okay.
If you watch the again introduction part when I release the video, you will be able to correlate what I'm saying. Okay,
Okay.
that is one thing. Other thing is when somebody asks you to explain project, then take more time and explain it properly, like what is the problem statement, what is the business benefit, solution approach, delivery, all those things. That
Okay.
you will sound more professional if you do that. Okay. Knowledge wise, machine learning, you are good. Apart from, I know you could not get time to prepare, that's fine. So um, you are good machine learning and stats maths wise also. Python wise also you are decent. I mean, some improvement is needed because you are using a lot of
Yeah.
loops and many things.
Okay.
But when you are going for interview, prepare on machine learning basics more. For example, bias variance and overfitting and all these things, right? If you have more things to talk, it's always better.
Okay.
Prepare a little bit more on your project. You should be able to talk at least half an hour on your project. Okay,
Okay.
you are able to talk like 5 minutes. So somebody is
Yeah.
interested in your project, then you should be able to talk for half an hour, 40 minutes, like that. So
Okay.
prepare to that level. I mean, where you can talk half an hour, 40 minutes on different aspects of your project.
Okay.
Then you revise machine learning fundamentals. Python anyway you will practice, there is no harm in that. And
Okay.
resume I have reviewed. If you want me to review one more time after the changes, you can mail me the resume after the changes. Okay, watch a
Yeah.
video where I explain how to create a fresher's resume. And
Okay.
I mean, that is applicable to all of us, not only freshers.
Okay.
So check the format and apply in your resume,
Okay.
and then you can start job hunting again.
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
So I have one doubt regarding that. I have shared that question you have asked during hypothesis, right? What I
Mhm.
have said, is it correct? Like mean, median, variance, and standard deviation.
I think mean and median will shift definitely, and variance and SD will remain constant.
Yeah.
I think Manikanta got dropped off. Anyway, we have completed the discussion. And please go ahead and fill the form in the description, guys, if you want to attend for the mock interviews. Do resume review and all these things. Okay. So see you all in the next video, guys. Take care.